What is happening, everybody? My name's Seven and welcome to a brand new Fortnite video. Now in today's video we're going to take a look at some more new locations that have been added to the game where you guys can find anywhere between 0 chests and 3 chests per location. So they're good starting points on the older part of the map, and I can guarantee that's the reason why Fortnite have added them in. They want to build up the traffic again on the older sections of the map compared to the newer parts of the map that recently came out in the latest city update. So in this video I'm going to show you 7 different locations that we've discovered. I believe there aren't any more in the map whatsoever, so definitely stay tuned, learn all 7 and definitely without a doubt land at them, because you'll get good loot and it's a good starting point for those players that still play the older part of the map. Now the first location is centerpieced between 4 major locations, which are Loot Lake, Anarchy Acres, Tomato Town and Dusty Depot. So whenever you're pushed towards the top end of the map, towards category F, you are going to most likely walk past this tower. If you however land here at the beginning of the game, you then have loot to use to go and enter any of these points. Now when I jump down here I do find decent loot. The best thing I found was to aim for roughly on top of Tomato Town, dive directly down, and of course it will then glide you just over the top of the tower itself. Land on the roof, knock the roof out, and if you're lucky enough you will find a chest in the top, and you can also find 2 chests at the bottom. This tends to be a similar case with all of the different towers. There's a chance of, like I said before, up to 3. So in this one we get ourselves an assault rifle and we also get a shield. In our second chest we then get ourselves a minigun, we also get bandages, some ammunition, and we also get an extras 2 ammo boxes, which is a great start to the game. So that is tower number 1. Let's move on to tower number 2. Our second location is going to be in the grid of F10 at the very bottom side of Fatal Fields. Now this one is very much out of the way. This is for a player who just doesn't really want to conflict with anyone whatsoever. So it's still an optimal area if you want to go here, but I advise either adding it in on a loot run, or if you're just a new player, probably just going somewhere else. I don't really advise landing here. This was also, out of all of the ones I went to, the one where I didn't get the best loot. I did just end up getting a crossbow. As you can see on the map, we're just passing over on the right hand side the actual new factory that was added in with the newest update. On the left hand side we have the Fatal Fields. This is just obviously the direction the bus flew over, but we also have a set of different abandoned buildings as well nearby to this. And for whatever reason, if you do miss the top of this building, which is a lot smaller compared to the one we've just looked at, you can chop down that tree, get the wood, and then climb back up into the roof, where sometimes you can find a chest. On this occasion I didn't. I only found a chest below, and like I said before, all I did find was a shield and the crossbow. So this wasn't particularly the greatest start to the game, and it kind of is deserved because I was out in the middle of nowhere. There was no one around me whatsoever, but there are the buildings and all the other loot runs which I've previously spoke about in videos around this area, which you can go to once you've landed at this location. Let's move to our third location. Now in the comment section below, please do let me know which of the shrines is your favourite by the end of the video. Now this one, which is our third location, is going to be a smaller hut once again, but it's also a place, like I've said before, you can find up to 3 chests, and it is between Loot Lake, Pleasant Park and Anarchy Acres. I do believe this used to be a standalone shed. I might just be wrong. It might just be one of those outhouses, because I feel like there was one here before, but they have transformed it and turned it into a miniature shrine for us all to go and loot. Now I have in this clip done something which would have been really cool. It would have been amazing if I had pulled it off, but this is a great example of landing here over somewhere like Pleasant Park if you're more of a passive player. So as we approach this building, other players are going to still be really high in the sky going for Pleasant Park, which you'll see in just a moment. When I loot this, I do find 2 sniper rifles, so I was very lucky, and if my shot had been a little bit better, you'll see what I was about to do. Oh my god, imagine if I'd hit this. It would have been so sick. So as I'm looking around, I'm looking at the building, and I noticed that people are still coming down into Pleasant. If I'd landed that shot, I obviously shot too soon and the angle was slightly off, but I could have potentially shot somebody falling out the sky from Pleasant, and I was already armed before he'd even landed on the ground. So it's a cool little handy location connected to a bunch of different areas. Probably one of my favourites. Our fourth location is going to be next to Tilted Towers, so this makes it the most contested shrine out there. Out of the 7, this was the most difficult one to loot. I had to jump here a couple of times to get a solo jump. Some of the times I did jump here and I had to fight other people off. Other times I had already landed too late, so I didn't even get any loot. But on this occasion I landed and I managed to fill my entire set of bars, and I was able to then have enough loot to head straight into Tilted to do everything that I needed to do, which was most likely at this point in time a cleanup of the job that most of the players had done for me in Tilted. So this is one of the taller ones. What you want to do is land on the roof once again, and this one I do get a bunch of loot as I'm about to show you. So what you want to do, land on the top. You don't actually have to land on the top if you don't want to. You can go through the window, but I land on the top just to get the extra wood. So jump down, grab that first chest, in which we get a blue assault rifle, which is perfect. You can then knock through the floor again and go down to the second floor, where you can then find more, and then obviously there is another floor as well, so you can go down to the third floor, and on the bottom floor I found a third chest as well as some ammo boxes. Always keep your eye out for those ammo boxes. Now there's trees around here as well if you want to grab them to get extra resources, and then you can just head into whichever direction you want. I head straight into Tilted Towers. I don't live very long, but I do head in that direction with full loot. Our fifth location is going to be at the location that was extremely popular on Valentine's Day, which was of course yesterday. We made a hilarious video at Lonely Lodge. If you haven't seen it, please do go check it out because it is really, really funny. We had a barrel of laughs, and you guys will definitely die with laughter at how cringy the beginning of the video is. The video is really well constructed, so you will enjoy it, I'm sure. If this is an area that you'd like to jump quite often, then this tower will be perfect for you. It's right next to Wayland Woods, Lonely Lodge, the Caravan Park, and then obviously the campfire section, which is great for getting loads and loads of wood, by the way, which is right next to retail. So you have loads of different options if the loot doesn't particularly go your way, and unfortunately in this one it doesn't for me. When I jumped down here I only managed to get a hold of a grenade launcher. Now grenade launchers are brilliant and I do really enjoy using them, and we also use some mini shields as well, but it just isn't enough. If I was in a close quarters fight from this point onwards, I would really need something like a shotgun or an assault rifle. So it is RNG based. You might be a lucky fellow and you might get that loot that you need, but you might just get unlucky and you might have to head to one of the locations I've just priorly mentioned. You can also chop it down and get some extra resources if you wish, or just wait until you get over to the forests just outside of Retail Row. Now taking a look at number 6, this one is going to be very close to Fatal Fields, the prison, and Salty Springs. It's kind of sandwiched in between these areas. My friend Storm jumped here and he was so excited when he first landed there because he found 3 chests. He was like, wow, you can actually get 3 chests in these? And I'm like, well, yeah, I did say before. So it's a little bit of a longer dive depending on where you are going to jump. The plane does tend to go over, or the bus, let's say, before I get in trouble, does tend to go over Tilted Towers quite a lot nowadays. So the jump to this can be a pain sometimes. It wasn't too bad on this occasion, but always aim for the roof. That's pretty much throughout all of these. You must land on the roof. You might end up losing out on loot, and if someone else lands there with you, they might get the loot and you might not, or you might both get loot but you might get the worst RNG. So you know, you never know how it's going to go. But in this case, I do get pretty decent loot. I get a bunch of different chests, and there is a weird glitch. They need to fix this. I don't know why it keeps occurring, but when you open up a chest and it delays to actually close, like for some reason, I open this up, and I'm like, okay, let's put on the shield potion. And I'm like, hang on, I can still hear the chest. So I just go back and double check it, and I'm like, can I open it again? Oh no, okay, it's glitched. So there's a weird delay that keeps on occurring. Not sure why that does happen. But once you've finished off this area, you're better off going to places like Fatal Fields and cleaning up after the combat that has occurred, because at this point people have definitely already passed away if they have jumped to that location. Now, our final location is going to be number 7, and this one is just to the side of Anarchy Acres, above Tomato Town, and to the left-hand side of Wayland Woods. If you're somebody who jumps up in this top location, it is one of the favourable locations for easy loot, because there's lots of houses, there's the Wayland Woods trees, and there's lots of chests around here. So if you are somebody who likes jumping in this location, it's very, very out there, in the middle of nowhere type feel to this. This is perfect for you, because you're going to get some extra loot as well while loot running around these abandoned little buildings. In this case, I did get okay loot. It was alright, and because I'm right next to some houses, even if I was unlucky enough to be able to get no chests at all, then I'm grand. It's okay, because I will get other loot. Once again, smash through the roof, grab the chests, and if you are lucky, you'll get great loot. And obviously I get a bolt action, I get a green AR, I get a bush, which I don't really use anymore, and I also get a grenade. You probably just missed as well just there, I did accidentally destroy a ammo box, so always pay attention for those ammo boxes. I hope that this guide to all of the shrine locations helps you guys, and I hope that you land at these places and give it a shot. If you're crazy like me, you'll end up destroying every single tower just so nobody ever knows where they are unless they've seen this video. Of course everyone's going to know where they are, but you know what I mean. Thank you for tuning in and watching today's video. I hope that it helps you all, and I hope that you all get great RNG. I'll speak to you in the comments. Thanks for watching. Peace.